So we thought, let's get a developer to get their hands on this A6 chip in the new iPhone 5 and show you what can be done with state-of-the-art performance and graphics. So I'm really excited to invite out Rob Murray, executive producer at EA Studios, to show you some amazing work they're doing on the new A6 chip on the iPhone 5. Rob? Welcome.
Thanks, Phil. Hi, everyone. Now, we're known for creating the ultimate racing experience on iOS. Well, the new iPhone lets us take this to a whole new level. So today, I'm going to show you Real Racing 3 for the first time. And you're going to see a Porsche GT3 racing on the legendary raceway Laguna Seca. Now, we've got Vince up here to help. Hi, Vince. Let's get it started. Look at the graphics here. Now, these graphics, they've been built to full console quality, and they're running on the powerful new iPhone. I mean, all this is running in the palm of your hands. It's incredible. Now, have a look down the side of this Porsche. See the reflections? You see the car and the track reflecting dynamically in the bodywork. Now, this not only looks awesome, but it actually shows you a bit of what's going on around you. I mean, it actually makes the game easier to play, as do rear view mirrors. Yes, for the first time in real racing, you can see behind you. It's great. So you've seen the graphics, but Vince has been dissing my racing recently, so we're taking this out on the track today. And that's me up ahead, Rob M, the flight control icon there. And you're seeing Vince trying to catch me. Now, you might be wondering, Vince and I are racing, and we are. How is it that he's driving, but I'm just standing here? Well, we used Game Center to produce one of the coolest new features in Real Racing 3, time-shifted multiplayer. So I can challenge Vince one day, and he can race me the next. And what you're seeing up ahead, that's actually my race from yesterday. You'd see it a lot closer if Vince could catch me. Nice one, Vince. So this is not just a ghost, because you saw Vince bump me. He can fully interact with his vehicle. He can jostle for race position, and he can actually affect my final time in the race. Now this is something we have never seen done before. And this is Real Racing 3 for the powerful new iPhone. Real tracks, real cars, real people you can play against anytime you like. And it's coming to the App Store later this year. Thanks, everyone.
If you're a fan of the Real Racing app like I am, you know that it is truly state-of-the-art in the physics and the realism it brings. And now to marry that with console-quality graphics is unheard of and unseen before. Truly epitomizes what can be done in the palm of your hand with that A6 chip.
When we were developing Real Racing 2, there were a lot of things that just weren't possible at the time, and that was kind of the beginning of Real Racing 3. We really wanted to start with some features that were just right out there, right on the limits of what we thought might be possible.
When we first started creating Real Racing 3, we took a step back and developed a pre-production plan of something called Project Monet. This was to focus on how we could expand Real Racing 3.
Project Monet was our research and development, where we focused on artist pipelines and improving the tools so that the artists could create the most realistic or the best looking graphics in the game.
We gave the artists the ability to create graphical effects for cars on an individual basis. So what you're going to see is lots of completely different looking cars with, for example, matte finish, gloss finish, pearl finish.
With the new real-time reflections in Real Racing 3, you'll see the whole track reflected in the car. The flags and overpasses and bridge, you'll see everything rushing past you as you drive. The opponent cars are reflected in your car as well, so that's a first for us. You actually puts you right in and you can see all the detail of the other cars.
We saw a real opportunity to improve the detail of the cars. If you have a look at a Real Racing 3 car, you'll see the lights are all modelled. The wheels are all modelled out and very detailed. You can see the brakes behind the wheels and the brake discs. Have a look at the interior, and the interior is as detailed as the exterior.
It's very important to get all the details right. It's important to the manufacturer who spent so much time making these cars and so much design effort making them look amazing. It's important that we can reproduce that in the game, and it's that painstaking work that we do to get it exactly right, because we want to get it perfect. And also, it's the fans that care about that, and it's them that are going to experience this once it's in the final game, and they want to get that experience of driving that car in the game.
This was a real challenge for us for Real Racing 3. The challenge was obviously going out and licensing all the tracks and dealing with these partners we had to do, but we also had to get a reasonably accurate representation of the track.
It all begins by obtaining photo reference, showing every angle of the track, footage of live race day events, engineering CAD data, and specifications showing elevation of a straight.
We get all this together, and that's how we would start building a good representation. In the case of a new track that we've included that we're really excited about, it's actually a street track of Melbourne, which is where we're based. It's actually just up the road from us. So we had to do this one from scratch. We didn't have elevation data because it's not an actual circuit. We actually figured out, where would you block off a street race? What would be the most exciting track you could imagine making around Melbourne? And then we went out and we walked it. We thought, well, what if you put some ripple strips in here and block that off with concrete? We were able to walk around and get anything we wanted.
Another track in Real Racing 3 is Mount Panorama. We're really excited about putting this track in, and it's one that the fans have been asking for.
Mount Panorama is one of the best in the world, if not our belief that it is the best.
The great thing about Mount Panorama is the height of this mountain. There's twists and turns as you go up, then you hit the peak and you just see across the landscape, and then you're driving down through those turns. We're really excited to be bringing Mount Panorama into Real Racing 3, and we can't wait to show you more of the tracks coming soon.
Time-shifted multiplayer is a revolutionary new way of playing multiplayer games with your friends.
You can play your iPhone one day and then they can play against you the next day on their iPhone without you having to coordinate it or organise everything together.
You sign into your Game Central Facebook account and it automatically fills every single event with your friends. Not only are you competing with your friends, but the events are also filled with players from around the world. When your friends play online, their results are sent to our servers and they're made available for you to compete with later. So you can challenge your friends' times that might have been recorded days or weeks ago. Essentially, it lets you play anyone, anywhere, anytime, whether they're online or not. It's completely different to a traditional ghost race. You can fully interact with your friend's AI double.
One of the big things we faced was trying to get AI to match a real person, because you have to, have them drive like the real player would, but without the real player there to do the control. So making sure your AI is controllable in a way that lets you kind of become a doppelganger for a real person is really where the challenge in time-shifted multiplayer comes through.
We've been having a lot of fun competing in the studio.
When you see other people's avatars pop up above their cars, you're really involved in it. And when your boss cuts you off, you really want to get the lead back and cut him off.
I'm continually trying to one up my colleagues here. They might be playing at home or at work, and I'll occasionally receive a notification saying they've beaten me on a certain event. Straight away I'll try and reclaim that record for bragging rights, but sometimes I can't compete. and I'll just try again later.
It's been a lot of fun racing people, who've submitted times maybe a week or 2 weeks ago, but it still feels like you're playing against them on the day.